All right, so let's talk about. We're talking a little bit about fears. So I wanted to post, and I'll probably keep this about a 1 minute per grouping or whatever. All right, so ants. Okay, and it's not like ants, like like a bunch of ants visiting like a picnic or something like that. It's not that kind of ant thing. It ain't. Don't trust me. That ain't no problem. Like a couple ants sneak in a room or whatever, and they kind of crawling across the windowsill or whatever. Smash. No big deal. Okay. Now when I was like a little kid, like I don't know, maybe like 6 or 7, something like that, I was visiting my cousins in Houston. I was at my aunt's house, and in Houston, everything's big. And like I don't mean like not like ant hills like we have here in Oklahoma, which like 5, 6 foot tall, something like that. Like decent size or whatever. No, 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 no. I'm talking about like 7 foot, 8 foot, 12 foot mansions. Okay, mansions. Okay. Now, granted, I was like 6 or 7 years old, so I mean, I wasn't like tall like I am now. I'm not like super tall, but I'm tall enough. So, anyways, but I mean, they were at least 3 foot tall, and I know you don't believe me. Okay, so I got on the internet and I got this new iPhone. How do I flip it around? Apparently, you can't flip it around. There's got to be a flip it around button, right? Man, y'all help me with this iPhone. How do you flip your camera around to the other? Okay, so I just stopped the video. Now, do you see this picture? I just Googled fire ant mound, Houston, Texas, and look at what shows up. Do you see that? Okay, now it's not 8 foot tall. It's probably more like, now that is tall grass. Okay, look at that! What is that? Do you, oh my Lord. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? I ain't crazy. All right, now that's probably 2 foot tall. Okay, so it was tall enough that all I know is this. Okay, oh, here's another one. Do you see that? Fire ants. This is still Fire Ant Mound, Houston, Texas. Fire ants. They have basically taken over residents. This is a compound. This is an ant compound. They moved in here. You might as well leave the property. You can't live here anymore. You can't live here anymore. All right, so we're playing football or basketball, some sport in the backyard. And actually, it wasn't my aunt's yard; it was a neighbor's yard. I don't know why we was in the neighbor's yard and not in my aunt's yard in the first place, but somehow I was over there. And all I know is I was walking backwards or running backwards or something, and I tripped and I fell. And it was so I tripped and I fell backwards, and I was all like, and my life was like flashing before my and I knew that I was landing, and I hit the ground. And then I realized I was now inside of the ant compound. I was inside 5 foot of ant, or 7 foot of ant, or twin, whatever, how tall it was, I don't remember. That's not important. All I know is that the ants decided that I was an intruder, and they went on high alert. Hundreds of ants, hundreds of ants swarming over my body, trying to get me off of the queen. And I didn't really know what was going on at first. At first I was like, this. Once I stood up and I realized I was covered in ants, I mean, from the top of my head to the soles of my feet. Ants had got inside my clothes, inside my socks. I just started screaming. I was like, I was like, and I was running to my aunt's house, and I ran in the house, and I was screaming. I ran right in the shower, and I turned the water on, and I was trying to take clothes off, and I was trying to get ants off of me, and I was screaming, and ants was biting because they didn't want to come off. They wanted me off their ant hill, and I was already off the ant hill, but they didn't know I wasn't on the ant hill no more. But all I know is I suffered many, many wounds that day. Do you know how many bites, thousands, or hundreds upon hundreds of ants can inflict on a single person who invades their space? I fell in the ant mound. There was like a little imprint. You know, like when someone falls in like mud and has an imprint, that whole laid out? That's how I was in that. I was in that. So, once I got all the ants off of me and was cleaned up, I decided at that point on that me and ants weren't friends. We ain't cool no more. Not cool at all. So, yeah. So that's my story. So, and I'm not like afraid of ants. Like if I saw a bunch of ants like chilled out like outside, like walking on the driveway or something like that, maybe they headed to like, I don't know, like some leftover spilled Freezy Q or something, or a Frosty or whatever, like some ice cream. I'm like, you know what? That's y'all do y'all thing. I'm gonna stay away from that. I ain't gonna be running off screaming like that. But when I see them Houston mounds,